Hi, namaste, Ali here, and welcome to day one of the Moon to Moon Restorative Yoga Immersion with myself and Tiina. And in today's video, please know that if you're just finding this video, that we're doing a series of 5 days in a row. So you might like to move through them no matter what time you're finding this particular video. And restorative yoga is a beautiful practice to bring in anytime, but as we're releasing these, we'll be releasing them over the course of the new moon time. So please take a moment to gather your things and meet me on your mat. So for today's practice, I have a yoga mat with a blanket laid over top for a little bit more comfort and padding. I have a couple of extra blankets here over beside me, a couple of folded blankets. I'm sitting on a bolster for this beginning of the practice, and I have another bolster over here. So 2 bolsters. I have a little pillow. This is optional for comfort. I have a little eye pillow to place over top of the eyes. That's optional as well. And then 2 blocks over here. So some blankets beneath me for comfort, 2 blocks and 2 bolsters. And there are other items that you can use as well to create the shapes that the shape that we'll be creating today, which I'll explain in a little while. Our intention with this 5 days, this is part of a 5-day restorative yoga immersion, is to help to soothe and calm your nervous system, but also to share some of the more well-known restorative yoga postures, as well as a couple of more unique ones that are a little bit more things that you find inside of our Moon to Moon restorative teacher training. So let's begin in a comfortable seated position. You can pause this video if you need to go get any of those props. If you want to order props, I always have beneath these restorative videos and in my blog links to purchase props if you would like to purchase any props. And with that, we'll get started. So you can find a comfortable seated position. You might be sitting up on a bolster or a meditation cushion, a pillow, and then closing down the eyes. If it's not comfortable to have the legs crossed, you can extend one or both legs. And begin by noticing your breath. And taking the hands to a comfortable position on the lap. And begin to soften the muscles of your jaw and tongue and all of the muscles of the face, forehead, temples. Imagine you could even relax into the cheekbones and the ears, the little muscles behind the eyes, and all through the scalp. And then feeling your shoulders, you might imagine you could let your shoulders drop down away from the ears. And as we breathe here, just taking a moment to recognize any of the weight that you might be carrying on your shoulders recently. Sometimes we carry things around that feel heavy. And in this particular practice, as we move towards the new moon, at the releasing of this particular practice, we're moving towards the dark moon time. Is a really great time to let go and release. And perhaps just releasing a little bit of the weight of the world that you might be holding on your shoulders. So let's take a couple of letting go breaths. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. Exhaling through an open mouth. In through the nose. You might even let out a sigh. Let's do 3 more. Deep breath in. You might even stick out your tongue on the exhale. Just letting go. 2 more. This time as you inhale, let your shoulders shrug way up towards the ears, and then as you exhale, let the shoulders drop. Good, and we'll begin to circle one shoulder at a time. So you might keep the eyes closed, or you might flutter the eyes open for a visual cue as we inhale, drawing one shoulder up to the ear, shrugging the shoulder up high, exhaling to roll that shoulder back and down. Inhaling other side. Exhaling back and down, and you might let your upper body sway as you start to explore this movement. Almost like you're wringing out those shoulders, releasing tension, helping to let go of any of that baggage that maybe you're carrying, any of the weight carrying on your shoulders. Just moving from side to side, deep breaths. Good, and then coming back to the center, and we'll do both shoulders together. Inhaling to shrug both shoulders up high to the ears. Exhaling to roll the shoulders back and down and away. Inhaling to reach the shoulders up. Exhaling back and down. Good, one more time. Might do a letting go breath. And then reaching the arms out to the sides, inhaling all the way up to the sky. Exhaling, hands down to the heart center. Let's interlace the fingers and press the palms down. And then inhaling to press the palms forward and up. On the exhale, coming over into a lateral stretch, and then letting your hands come down and around, making a big circle like the shape of the moon. Chandra, inhaling into lateral stretch as you come up. Exhaling over into lateral stretch. And then coming around. So finding that nice stretch in the side body, in the ribs as you move with the breath. And then when you're ready, reversing the direction. Lateral stretch as you rise up, and then over to the other side. Letting the hands come down, pressing away with the palms. Let's do one more big circle. And then coming all the way up. And then on the exhale, releasing the hands, rolling the wrists gently down. Placing hands down onto the lap. And then inhale to gently lengthen through the spine, arching as you look up. And then on the exhale, tucking the chin and rounding through the spine, tucking the tailbone under like a cat stretch. And then inhale, rising up. Exhaling, cat stretch. Let's do one more time. Inhaling up to a nice long spine, grounding down through the right hand, inhale, left arm up. Exhaling into your lateral stretch. Good, inhale to rise up. Exhale to lower the hand. We'll come to the other side, inhaling left, right arm up. Exhaling, lateral stretch. Inhale and exhale. Inhaling both arms up. Exhale, a gentle twist over towards the right side, looking over your right shoulder. And then inhale to reach both arms up. Exhale, other side. We'll do that one more time each side. Inhaling, arms reach. And exhale to let your arms float down. Good. And then let's take a moment to come into our restorative posture for today's practice, which is going to be a supported baddha konasana position. So we'll create the support for the back coming into, it's a little bit of a supported back bend, and then a supported position for the legs. So what we'll do is take the blocks and bringing one block up to its mid-height and then the other block down to its lowest height. Once we've done that, bringing the first bolster onto your blocks, and there is the potential that you can make a little wedge here for your sacrum, especially if it's uncomfortable to lay on a bolster like this with a sacrum. So creating a little bit of a wedge by creating a little triangular shape, placing it at the base. And then I'm actually going to bring a pillow and an eye pillow along close by. And then the second bolster is going to come behind the legs. I'm going to bring my extra blanket. If you have any extra blankets, you might bring one folded beside, either for warmth or for a little bit of a weight to place on the belly. So once I'm all set up with these props, and once you're all set up, you can begin to settle in. So I'll bring my sacrum up nice and close to the bolster, and then bring the second bolster behind my knees. And I'm going to really wedge it up nice and close to my sits bones so that as I lay down, I feel really supported both beneath my legs and behind my back. Bringing the soles of the feet to touch and then letting the knees open into Supta Baddha Konasana position, nice and supported by the bolster. Today I'm going to opt to place the blanket as a weight on my belly because it's very hot here today, so I don't think I'm going to get too cool. Otherwise I might drape it over my body for warmth. So you might choose whatever's best for you. And then taking the eye pillow, if you've got one, or a scarf, and covering the eyes gently, blocking out the light. And then letting the arms rest down into a comfortable position. Take a couple moments to make any little adjustments that might be needed to get completely comfortable here. So checking in with the legs, the spine, the head and the neck, the shoulders, the arms and the hands. Making any little micro adjustments so that you might get even more comfortable now. Knowing that it's worth the extra effort. And then once you've started to settle into stillness, notice the rhythm of your breath. The natural rhythm in and out. And once again, encouraging a softening through the tissues. Relaxing the jaw and the tongue letting go of tension in all of the muscles of the face. Imagine you could relax into the cheekbones, the ears, the scalp. Imagine you could relax into the muscle of the mind. As if the muscle of the mind could energetically relax open. And notice how supported your body is here. And as we move towards the dark moon, know that this is a perfect moment to release and let go. And there's nothing that you need to effort to do. You can simply relax into the already happening exhalation. Emptying out, releasing, letting go is a natural process that's already happening. And we can tune into that effortless practice by simply witnessing the exhalation without attaching any story to it. Just the felt sense of emptying out. Much like a wave that rolls back out to sea. Exhalation effortlessly drawn back out into the macrocosmic ocean of air around you. And effortlessly and naturally, all of the koshas, the layers of the self, releasing what's no longer needed. Any emotional or mental weight that's become heavy, just naturally releasing. Allow yourself to witness this process for the next several breaths. An effortless exhalation. Allowing yourself to be steeped in the medicine of silence, of healing darkness, of deep rest. relaxing back into the medicine of presence itself. Letting the mind relax from the world of thinking. Dropping into the world of sensing and witnessing the exhalation. With each exhalation, let yourself sink even deeper into the support beneath you. Feeling the natural process of emptying out, of letting go. Each exhale. And as you sense the body here resting, breathing itself, might you invite another few rounds of letting go breath, taking a deep inhale through the nose, letting go through the mouth. On this one, you might inhale, letting go with a sigh. Inhaling deeply. You might even stick out your tongue on the exhale. 2 more times. And then slowly wiggling the fingers, the toes. You might nod your head from side to side. If you've got an eye pillow, just begin to move the arms a little bit. You might bend the elbows, roll the wrists. You might stretch out the arms before slowly removing the eye pillow and placing hands over top of the eyes, keeping the eyes closed. Deep breaths as you let the eyes adjust to any light beyond your eyelids. And you might slowly start to flutter the eyelids open. Beginning to stretch out the legs one by one, rolling out the ankles, rolling out the wrists, noticing how you feel, taking the moment to notice any shift in the nervous system, And then to transition, if you've got the folded blanket, you might bring it between the knees to come over onto one side. Adjusting pillow, and then just taking a couple of deep breaths. It's really slow and easy transitions. If you feel excited to continue resting, you might stay in your restorative posture, and I'll share a short yoga nidra practice at the end of this video. You could stay here and go into a mini nidra experience. Or you could begin to slowly press yourself back up. So either coming back onto the back of the body, relaxing into that posture or shavasana for a nidra practice, or coming up to seated, taking a moment to find a comfortable seat, bringing the hands to the heart center, Anjali Mudra, taking one more deep breath here, letting go breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I'm so excited to share that this is part of a 5-day restorative yoga immersion that myself and my partner in the School of Living Yoga, Tiina, are co-hosting. So I'll post a link to her channel so that tomorrow you can do the restorative practice with her, and then the next day on the new moon we'll do another restorative practice with myself. And you can comment below, let me know how you feel in the blog or in my YouTube comments. And I'll also post our information about our upcoming restorative yoga teacher training, which is a beautiful training that we lead online together. And I can tell you more about it, but I'd rather let our past students tell you about it. So I'll post some links to more information about that as well. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, and I'll see you in the next practice. Namaste.